Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am the Dungeon Master AuldDragon, and our players are...
Hi, I'm Captain Higgimus, Corporal First Class, and I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, a human fighter from an asteroid near Bral, and I'm not going first this week.
Hi, I'm Daikami-sama and I play half-elf named Solas Ebha, who is cleric of Ogma and a mage.
I'm Ockar. I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Bral.
I'm Kijib-kun. I play Sinrae, a elf courier.
I play Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
Hi, I'm Zachary. I play Lafdul Minglade, a special priest of Everin Illicir and a thief. He is the sole authority of mischief makers, because apparently they're like almost non-existent. So at some point throughout the week, he is the authority for his deity.
Has Lafdul been stealing the bottom of shoes then?
Yes.
He's been stealing many things.
Mostly it's
He's the
a
sole
case
authority.
of, your priests are non-permanent, so they wander all the time.
Yeah.
Alright, so we left off last week. The party was investigating a place in the Low City. Lafdul had knocked on the door in disguise and made up some excuse to interact with them. And I believe everyone was going to head back to Higgimus's shop to kind of catch up on what they discovered.
I'm in the middle of something!
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Higgimus had been watching a shop.
Sorry, I thought I had my mic muted.
That's okay. Higgimus had been watching the gem merchant's shop, Bellis, and Leva had been as well. And it's basically near the end of the day, so you guys are just kind of gather back together, share information, and plan your next movements. So, everyone heads back to Higgimus's shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be keeping a watch on this place?
I mean, that's
Well,
up
this
to
is why-
you, but
This is why I said we should hire somebody from... This is why I said that you should hire somebody from your thing to keep an eye on it while we meet up.
Our thing? Oh.
Lafdul's thing.
Lafdul's thing that none of us know about.
I know that he had somebody keep watching something for us before.
Yeah, that was Rorif, the guy you... the guy that Higgimus valiantly defeated without slaying.
Oh, go get Woolworth and tell him to keep an eye on it.
I don't think he wants to do anything.
I did my
Only the
I did my
near-death
best for him.
experience.
he didn't die.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. I'll
Is
go
he
back
going to
the
recover from his wounds, though?
Yeah, he's walking around.
Huh,
He's
well, that's
scarred.
good.
He'll be terrified of Giff forever now, but you know.
Well, you know what? He has done what so many other things have survived me hitting him.
Yeah, that's the thing, I suppose.
Especially that one time you were planning to take something alive and didn't.
Yeah, oops. That was my bad.
Like golf balled his head off or something silly.
I mean, you could leave someone watching, but at the same time, you know, that means that they can't share input, they can't help decide what you guys do. So,
well,
I
we
mean,
could
it's up
ask
to you.
someone from our crew to keep our skeleton
You know
crew
what?
to keep watch, but
They're busy
they
repairing
might
the
be
ship.
I'm gonna watch. I'll just do it by myself. That means I'm not inputting. So
Okay.
this is something Laughter wants to do. Plus, it also helps I don't have to talk as much. So
Is there anything that you want to tell Ockar and Solas as they head back? Any recommendations, any ideas that you want to share? Like suggestions
It's
on
not
where to go
s-
next, sort of thing. What's next steps to go for?
Okay, so what did your group find information-wise?
We found the person that has Solas' sister's necklace.
Yeah, we found
We need to
her
investigate
and
as
the
to
residence
why
that
they
she's
had it.
staying.
Oh, was there anything suspicious about the person? Did you talk to him?
That they have his sister's necklace. That is suspicious in
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, he's
Well,
his
beyond that,
sister's-
are they acting weird?
No.
Well, the people of that residence are known to be recluse.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a crime, but it does
It's not crime, but it's a bit
stands
odd.
out. Even
Well, hang
though
on.
the idea is not to.
Didn't Solas get brainwashed when he spoke to them before?
Not
Yeah.
brainwashed, but cast forget.
Sounds like a spell you want to memorize at some point.
Yeah, once I'm at
So you could talk, you could
Enough level.
antagonize this NPC and just cast forget, and then they just don't know, but you know. So the possibilities are endless. No, the party can just carry on without me. I mean, I have ideas, but I think it should be added post. So
Okay, Higgimus doesn't know this, but wasn't somebody talked to her at the door, right? And then as she was closing the door, didn't they hear like some sort of
child.
male's? Was it a child's voice or was it an adult
Yeah,
guy's voice?
I said I
can't-
thought I heard another child's voice.
It was a
That's how I
child's
would've
voice.
put it.
Was it a child's voice? Okay.
I don't think I could tell if it's male or female. It's generally quite hard for a child.
Well, since you couldn't make out the words, no, you could not make
Yeah.
out male or female.
All right. I just couldn't remember from last week. I apologize.
That's fine.
All
Perfectly fine to get
right.
refresher
Well, perhaps
information.
since you found this, perhaps we should concentrate on that then.
Oh, what if Lafdul pretends to be a child and lures the other child out into, then interrogates them and all kinds of nefarious activities happen. But then we learn all the information we
That
want.
sounds highly suspicious.
Yeah, let's not lure children places.
Oh dear.
I mean, we could try doing the whole just going up there and be like, "Hey, look, you came across a necklace that was tossed out," or you came across a friend and did some magic stuff to us, and then see what they do when we confront them about that.
We'll progress to the point where you meet up so you can actually discuss this properly.
Well, we
Oh,
could.
I thought we were in my Higgimus's office.
Everyone but Lafdul is.
Oh, a lab.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well, we could confront them, but while it might bring some results, there is also the possibility that they just deny everything.
Well,
Well, yeah.
So it might be a good idea to stake out the residence and try to gather information about the people living in there for a day.
Yeah. It's possible that they got your sister's item through a secondary source and aren't directly involved in her kidnapping. Like, for example, it might have been sold in the lower market. They might have bought in the lower market. So they might be entirely innocent, and we might want to trace back to who they bought it from and then go that way. But the fact that they interfered with your memory is a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes it less likely that it was innocent.
But the fact is that we don't have anything concrete on them, unfortunately. So I'd say most probably suitable option would be the staking out their place and trying to gather information about them.
All right. Well, let's get to work on that then.
Yeah. Where can we get a good vantage point on this? Because I know we got people that can make themselves invisible.
Unfortunately,
We
it's
got
not.
people that can disguise themselves, but it's
It's not very easy place to stake out.
Oh, speaking of which, I know I'm not there, but this is like not relative to any discussion. It was whether or not Leather would be with the party because she's invisible. How would you've known to have called her back unless she would have followed Higgimus when he decided to go?
I'm fine with saying that there was a predetermined, let's all meet up at X time. I think that would have been something you guys would have done. Especially with going off and watching two separate places.
If I remember the residence location correctly, it was this house near the 144.
Yeah. The orange one right there.
Yeah, and it has entrances, one servant's entrance in the back and one on the street where Lafdul's token is at the moment.
Correct.
So it's pretty hard to keep a watch because there is no suitable tavern or something that you can go in and watch from there.
Well, there's
Leva is invisible at the moment.
There's a couple of taverns nearby, and we could possibly make a temporary base in one of those taverns if we want to rotate people around.
That's possible.
Or we could just rotate from Higgimus's office. I'm wondering if we have access to any of the roofs. Lafdul's been quite good at getting on roofs in the past.
There are no obvious methods of getting up there, i.e. Ladders or fire escapes. There might be some avenues inside buildings. Otherwise, it's climbing up a wall.
Are any of them like stable roofs, like that could hold my weight easily, or not make a horrible noise if I landed on them?
They could probably hold your weight. They would probably all make horrible noise if you walked on them. Most places make horrible noises when you walk on them, except for like stone.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, like stone or
No,
masonry.
there's no stone roofs.
Okay. All right. Well, if somebody lighter than me could do it and not be seen, they could fly up there and do it. Borrow my boots.
So just to make it clear, all of these, like, to climb up a wall in this area would be pretty easy for a thief.
Yeah, I was about to
None
say.
of us are thieves, though, Old.
I understand that, but you don't necessarily need everyone up on the roof.
No.
I mean, Sinrae I could climb up.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably light enough, and my cloak will let me blend in a little bit. And
Are you going to be able to get up there without people seeing you? For some reason, they don't like it when people crawl on roofs up here, or on this town.
I mean, I can make a very valid attempt.
Well, I might be able to.
There is a small alleyway in there that is dead end, so that would be some place that isn't that obvious if you climb in there.
Yeah.
Well, if you think you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, just need to change into my dark suit and try to shimmy Sinrae up there.
I might be able to get my rope to attach to something and make a knotted rope that you could get up quickly. The one thing I'd say is if they're looking out for people, you'd have to go up where they wouldn't see you. How about where this alleyway goes around? It sort of snakes backwards and forwards.
Use the measuring tool. Use the measuring tool so I can see a pointer of what you're referring to.
Measuring tool. It's the one that says snap to grid.
There's no grid, so it doesn't matter.
No, I mean on the tool.
Yeah, it doesn't...
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah,
looks
yeah,
like,
it's...
like a queue almost.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, you could possibly go up onto this building here and not be visible directly, and then walk across the top of it and get to here.
I'd be concerned people might be able to hear me below, but it's worth an attempt.
Yeah. And this building here would appear to be no way to use that building to look in there. Oh, did we work out if there was any windows?
Oh, there's windows all over the place. And that's one of the reasons why it's easy to climb up, is that windowsills offer good handholds and footholds.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to
Windows are
climb up
easy
during
to
the
climb
day.
in.
You're talking about
Yeah.
an absolutely
Yeah.
a night thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, daytime,
windowsills tend to
daytime it
creak
would
and make
be
noises.
pretty obvious if you were climbing, no matter where you tried to climb it.
Especially in a dark suit.
Yeah.
During
Yeah.
the day.
All right, let's action this then.
Okay.
Sinrae,
Well, that's-
if when it gets to be a time when you could get up there without being seen, go ahead and make that so, and then we will just take turns, I guess, watching the area.
Sounds
See if
like
we
a
can't
plan.
see who comes in and out. At some point in time, saw your Ockar, but we might have to go in there to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
There is always the option of seeing next time the woman is out shopping and trying to approach her, because her actions could have been out of panic. I wouldn't
Maybe.
approach her in the house, but if she's seen outside somebody who's warded against the same effects that hit Solas,
Mhm.
might be able to approach her as, do you need help? Is there
Yeah, but-
something wrong?
Okay.
Didn't people sort of say that they never saw anybody from from this house?
Maybe they did,
I
but
think
they don't remember.
they said they never saw the owner.
Yeah, no, they didn't saw the master of the house.
So they did see the woman.
Yeah, she was shown.
Well, they've definitely seen her. It's possible that people didn't make the connection. It's certainly a large enough house that it's the kind of thing that you would assume there are servants involved. I mean, it's a 4-story residence. Like this is one residence. It's not an apartment building. It's pretty fancy for that. So it's definitely the kind of thing that you would look at and say, if you're just walking down the street, you don't know anything, you see this and like, oh man, I bet they have servants, kind of thing.
Okay.
So and there is a servant entrance.
Be wealthy.
Yeah, so it's entirely probable that the servants go out and do things at a minimum, but what people know about the master of the house is that he's basically never been seen. He does all of his stuff through intermediaries.
All right.
Right.
Well, let's start watching this, and then see if we can't find. Who knows? There might be an opportunity that presents itself where we can go in and find out what's really going on.
Okay, let me put it this way. Do you want to like watch for a couple days and gather
Well, you guys
information, or like so that I give you a summary of what happens over a couple days, or do you want like okay, now this is happening, and now this is happening. Like, what do you want out of this watching? Like, is this the kind of thing where you're specifically going to be gathering information and not do anything for a couple days, and then say, all right, this is what we know so far. These are the next steps we want to take?
I think being cautious after the debacle in the theater might do us
Yeah.
good.
I think that we need an immediate action plan if we get information that Solas' sister and other missing women are in there and are being harmed, that we might need to rush in. But apart from that, we could just watch for a couple of days.
Yeah, we don't really have any evidence that.
And try to
Is anything
gather
going on?
information about the owner and people in that residence.
Yeah, I think we might need a strategy for if the woman or anyone else comes out the house, how we're going to tail people.
All right.
And see where they're going without revealing ourselves, and how we're going to swap over without making it obvious and that sort of thing.
Okay, so in that case here, we are going to watch the place and get what information we can. If anybody leaves, we want somebody to follow them and get what information they can about what they're doing, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. There you go.
So watching is going to involve someone on a roof.
Yes. At
Okay.
least in part.
Alternating between
at the
Sinrae and
nighttime.
Lafdul.
I guess, yeah. I will not be wearing my armor if I'm climbing up a roof, because that's a -20 to my score.
Yes.
Okay.
Sinrae is not going to wear her armor when she's climbing.
I
Okay.
will be using I will actually be wearing my dark suit, actually.
Alright.
And I will be using a climbing dagger for +5. My climb, so I have 65 climb.
Okay. Next question. How do you want... Okay, so let's say someone leaves. How do you want to find out about that and have someone tail them?
Well, we've got 2 possible exits from what I recall.
Yeah.
I think you said there was an exit here
Yep.
as well. So we'll have to have someone standing maybe here or maybe here.
I think it's... How would the person on the roof signal at night, though?
Throw something, well, not necessarily, like flying paper airplane or something, you know.
Could you take Tayan with
It
you?
doesn't have to have a
and send
message. You just see a paper airplane just go through the other person's line of sight.
Tan
Could you
can't
take
climb the
Tayan
walls.
with- No, but could they carry him in their backpacks?
Do you really want him dropped 4 stories?
No. No.
4 stories high. Ooh.
3 or 4. So the buildings around
Yeah.
here tend to be that high.
Nope,
The
I
ones that are
retract
not is this one right here, which is a warehouse that is being repaired, and this little tiny thing, which is mostly more of a... It is clearly a tacked-on addition into what was a small open area. It's a little laundry.
Can we send Tayan into the warehouse? Well, it's up to Lever. The warehouse that's being repaired is a possible place where somebody could be keeping women prisoner and eating them or something.
Well, there are people going in during the days to
Right.
work on the repairs.
Normal-looking work people.
Normal-looking work
How-
people. They may not be normal work people, but they look normal.
Yeah.
Okay. How
I
good
think
is
that-
Tayan's or Beowulf hearing in comparison to us?
Both are better,
Could we set
but
up something? Could we set up something where the 2 people on the roof would knock, and they'd hear it? Something like that.
you would need animal training to train one of the animals to do that. Also, Beowulf would really, really stand out.
Yeah,
Do
he's
you-
probably the only direwolf on Bral.
Out of interest, do you have a spell that could reduce Beowulf in size and make him appear to be a normal dog?
Yes, but I don't know.
Here.
Probably not for long enough.
Yeah. I think it's 5 rounds
Right.
per level, so...
Fair enough. Might be useful though in certain circumstances if Ockar wants to look like he's just a man with a dog.
Let me see. That's 5 rounds. That's 5 times 9.
45 minutes. I mean, certainly
You
if
could
for a short period of time, that could be a really useful thing. Maybe at this, I mean, not right now for what you're planning out, but definitely something to keep in mind for the future.
reduce Beowulf to like itsy bitsy 10% size and carry him up onto the roof.
And
Then
then
we
throw him
have
down.
Darwolf attack from roof.
I
I'm
don't
sure.
have to.
You're still talking about getting him down 30 or 40 feet.
Yeah, but
it's-
just carry the saddle up. Something.
It's too bad we don't have none of our whistles actually blow at a high enough frequency that only the
You can
animals
get a
could
dog
hear
whistle,
it.
but
Yeah.
we haven't got the training for them to respond
Yeah.
to that. I've got speak with animals actually. I could use that with Tane if you're up on the roof tonight with me or something. But
Yeah, but you can't get the animals down.
Also using
yeah,
dog
that
whistle
is way.
would be something that would probably cause some kind of noise in the neighborhood dogs.
Yeah,
If
could
they take Braxon's rope, they could attach, quote, attach,
Yeah.
tie into the rope and lower him down that way.
I think
Could
Tane could
Tane-
probably climb down the rope, but I don't think that Beowulf could.
yeah, could
We could
Could
attach a little
Tane
thing
climb
to the
down
end
the
of the
rope?
rope and just lower him down.
Tane could, but you're also...
And stand out as well.
Yeah, it would stand out during the day.
Oh, okay.
Sinrae, you were asking something?
Oh.
I think if someone leaves the residence during nighttime, I think it might be safe to bet that the most important thing then would be to follow the person leaving there.
Okay, if you look at it, the person leaving can only go one of three ways. They can either go this way, or they can go this way, or they can go this way.
Yeah, but when you're talking about leaving here, then they can, like, right after leaving this door, they can go out here, they can go
That's true.
this way and up that way, or they can go down this way, so...
That's true. But the person who's up top, if they could make a noise like an owl or something, we could have some rudimentary signals.
caw caw.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah, so that could mean they've gone in a certain direction.
yeah, but let's see. Leva is still invisible. Could she wear Higgimus's boots and fly up there? Because she doesn't have the fly spell memorized at the moment.
Oh, would the
But
boots
yeah.
be invisible though?
They would
I
not
don't
be
know,
invisible
would
right now.
I just realised.
Because you-
Boots are sort of
because you
floating
went-
up.
Yeah, but still, two boots won't get seen very well.
They've got
At night,
they
no.
grow wings, though, don't they? How do these boots work?
They do grow wings.
Yeah.
But again, at night, that really
You
would
might
not be
think
very
it's a
noticeable.
seagull or something,
Yeah, I mean,
unless someone's really looking at it.
yeah, you're talking about something dark against the black of night. So yeah, I mean, it would not be terribly noticeable.
Could
Could-
I use
could
black
you
light
wear
oil on that or something to make darken them up?
To what?
To darken them.
I mean, yeah,
'Cause
but
you
again,
would-
I've already said that they wouldn't be very noticeable, as it
Alright.
is.
Yeah.
Could she even
Absolutely.
wear them?
Yeah, anyone can wear them.
Okay.
Anything that has humanoid-like feet, I guess.
Yeah, but
Magical
Higgimus's
boots
feet are so much
Magical
big-
boots resized to fit the wearer.
Oh, okay.
So, what I'm thinking, you see the tavern 144 down here.
Yeah.
Someone around that tavern could keep an eye on this road and could tell that no one was going in there.
I mean,
And they'd also be able to keep an eye on
we
this
could
road.
also ask about the beholder, what he knows about the residence, because 144 is the laughing beholder.
Mhm.
So my
Yeah,
character
he is.
doesn't
He's
know
actually
him.
really close. He would know. Probably anyway.
Mm.
He likes the unusual stuff.
I wonder if Large Luigi's got any rooms.
Large Luigi is a
might
bit more of a sage than just a omniscient being.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's sort of, I'm not saying that he wouldn't know, but some of you are saying, oh, he would know because he's right there. Well, no, not
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean,
He might know.
yeah, he might
may or
know,
may not
but keep in mind, these people are secretive, so...
More likely than the average humanoid.
Didn't he last week tell Higgimus that someone in here wasn't how they seem to be?
Oh yeah, he did mention that.
Mm.
I remember that now.
You might be confusing Large Luigi with Yogi Bear, though.
I picked
Yogi
the
Bear has
best
fewer
guess.
eyes.
Alright, so, I mean... what you could also do is just have people kind of walking the block, and then
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
someone
that's
leaves, then, there's going to be someone around to, follow, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the people on the roof are more about just trying to keep an eye on the goings-on kind of thing.
Mm. Looking at this, as well as being able to see the two streets from the south at the Laughing Beholder, if you do have these 3 roads here, these are the only way out to the north. Oh, yeah. So someone's either got to come along this road, or they're going to go within sight of the Laughing Beholder. So we could have 2 potential followers on those areas.
Right,
Ready
but
to
keep in
go.
mind that if you're just standing around, you could get rousted for loitering.
Yeah, that's true. But if certainly someone would have an excuse to be at the Laughing Beholder.
Yeah. You could also
uh,
follow them on the roof. I mean,
Yeah.
most buildings, there's connections here, and the gap between most of the buildings, with the exception of the big streets, are not that wide. I mean, it's easily jumpable for a lithe humanoid like Lafdul or Sinrae. Maybe not so much for Higgimus.
Yeah, but I think Sinrae could get both Sinrae and Lafdul. We could probably be pretty deft following along the roofs.
Or maybe Braxon could lend someone his jumping boots. If
Okay, give Higgimus the boots. He jumps up onto the roof and just smashes straight through the roof.
Yeah,
Surprise!
All right, we
Jumping
already
sounds a
mentioned
bit
that.
loud.
Higgimus
Higgimus belly
wasn't
flop.
Shall we enact our plan and
Well,
find out what we're going to find out?
real fast. Let me. Do you want
the thing you mentioned all to sound just fine.
having people kind of walk the block?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
and possibly during daytime try to find information about the master of the residence and what businesses he has.
I have that song from Les Mis in my head now.
Okay, so do you want primarily a rundown of like 2 days of watching?
Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
Wait.
Mhm.
I've got a theory that that Solas' sister has been forced into servitude, because that would make sense as to why that Shao woman took her necklace. So she would probably be going in and out of the servants' quarters. Maybe he just steals servants or something.
You think he might have been
And
the
the
one?
Shao's probably his wife or something. I don't know. I'm just.
Well,
Do you
there is
think he
one
might have
thing.
been the
One
one
thing
that,
there is one thing that still is a mystery that Old told about the incident described that the Shawman's eyes, they had a hint of recognition when I started questioning her.
We could just go up and ask about, hey, do you ask about your meetup with her?
Hmm. Why don't we try to see what we can find without being observed first? Then we've got the direct approach. We can't go back from that.
Well,
And
Levi's
things
not
like
going
going
to walk
in-
the block.
What
Yeah.
if we?
Big
I've got an
message.
idea.
It,
What if one
Ockar
of
will
us
walk the
were-
block.
What if one of us were to become a servant?
What?
We
he means
catch
he means
one
go
of the
go to the
servants and
place and
ask
say,
if
hey, I'm a
they're-
servant. Will you hire me, kind of thing.
Yeah, we find one of the servants that comes out the exit, and we just make small talk, like, is your employer looking for hire or something?
If we get
You
a
know.
servant that comes out, we can do that.
Yeah, then we'd have someone on the inside.
Then you can stake out the servant exit.
Oh, it's an idea. They got servants. So.
I
Well,
think
that's a plan that's dependent on a servant coming out, so we can enact that plan if a servant comes out.
again, we should be probably plan more and not just act, so we don't get arrested again.
Old
Well,
question.
we're in the lower section, Bral.
No,
You
you're
still
like
might
we'll get arrested again.
still might get
No, we're
arrested.
still doing something completely illegal.
Uh, Leva, you had a question?
Technically, it's not illegal until we break and enter.
Going on a roof's illegal.
says our paladin.
Loitering
I'm not-
loitering
I'm-
tends to be illegal. Leva had a question. Yes.
Yes. Do I see this? I understood that this place has two entrances.
Yeah.
Correct. And Lafdul is looking at one, is observing one of them now.
It's technically not.
And
loi-
the other one is here?
Yeah.
Okay. So Leva is still invisible. She would be quite happy to be standing, not quite in the way, but let's say around here somewhere.
Okay.
She's definitely as invisible. She doesn't need to actually move around the block. She can just stand there and get out the way if someone comes along and where she would be standing.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna because it's evening. Lafdul has stayed there. You're gonna go there and spend the night watching.
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Leva
Would I?
because you spent most of the day watching Bellis's gem shop, invisible.
Yeah.
Well, not invisible because
She would
at
no.
first she was.
Yes,
a
I understand.
Leva would
Well-
much prefer to go and sleep tonight, so she has her spells back by the morning, and then based on that, go back and do stuff during the day.
Okay.
Well, somebody's going to have to go up to Lafdul and have a chat with him to let him know what we've discussed.
More of
Yeah.
a case of Lafdul finds you, because you're not going to know what Lafdul is. Once I see one of you, then yeah, I'd.
Which
probably
means
go for you.
which means Leva would not be the appropriate choice to go inform Lafdul of what's going on.
True.
Correct.
I mean,
But Sinrae would be perfect.
Yeah, I could go before I head up on the roof if you guys still want me to do that.
Okay. So Sinrae, do you want to watch overnight?
Yes, I think I'd be more fresh. Leva should probably get rest and rememorize
Same
her
with me.
spells
I
and
need to get
such.
spells as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sinrae, let's see. What is your climb walls?
My climb.
You should get yourself a climbing
60.
dagger.
Yeah, I should.
60.
Yep.
Okay.
I could probably just lend her mine.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So Sinrae, you go and
It's
inform
+5.
Lafdul of the plan. Lafdul, I assume you're gonna leave it to her and head back.
Yeah, well, I just lend her my
Yeah.
climbing dagger. I go to the Thieves Guild, buy another one. I assumed I could get one there.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Sinrae, you wait until it's good and well and dark, and scamper up the wall. Which, let me move Lafdul's token for now so that it's...
No! Lafdul's been removed from existence.
Yep.
Throw
Just-
Lafdul into the void.
I just threw Lafdul off Bral. He got jettisoned. So, Sinrae, which building do you think you want to watch from?
I think we were saying this one.
The yellow one there?
Yeah. Is that
Okay.
what we were saying, guys?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The yellow one.
It wasn't. We were going directly on the roof. Sorry, I think I cut out.
I mean, you can climb. I mean, again, these buildings
Directly
are all
on the orange building,
well.
on top of their building.
Wait, what?
I thought we were climbing directly on top of the building they are in.
I did not get that impression. I assumed watching the entrance
Alright.
would mean
Yeah.
Well,
I thought.
all right.
because to watch the entrance from the building itself, you'd basically have to hang your head over.
All right. No, that's fine then. Yeah, I'll just find.
Because you can like climb up
I-
here-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
Alright. Yep.
Wouldn't going up there and then watching from the servants' entrance from back there be good?
That would work, but then you wouldn't be watching the front entrance, which is okay if that's what you
Yeah.
want. Depends on what you want.
I
Well,
think
I don't
I think
What
at
about
night
this bit?
watching the main entrance is a good idea, and during the day watching the servants' entrance.
How about this building? You could go to both ends and look over.
You wouldn't get full watch of either entrance, and technically you wouldn't be able to watch the front entrance. You'd just be able to see if someone obvious came around.
Fair enough.
And from this one, watching the servants' entrance, again, you're talking about hanging your head over the edge, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go. Sinrae will watch from the shallow building.
Okay. Lafdul, is your plan to like replace her? And
Yeah.
okay, so
He'd be doing it.
you'd
I
want
would tell Sinrae that I will be going as another person when I come to replace you, but I will give her like something about my disguise. She will know immediately that it's me. Like I don't know. I'll have like I'm wearing my dark suit, aren't I?
I mean,
Just
it's up
use
to you
the hand?
what you'd want to do.
Yeah, you can just use a hand sign.
Yeah. It's going to be awfully suspicious when you see someone you don't recognize climbing up behind you or something.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can-
you take the chance of not giving yourself away. I mean, it could be Yoxa, it could be another Thieves Guild member for all you know.
Also,
Yeah, it's
is
okay.
your plan to relieve her in the
Yeah, it's
pre-dawn
relieving, so
hours,
she
and then
can-
she comes after dark?
Well, after I get my spells. That takes a couple of hours, so it might be a bit before that. Bit after, I mean.
Yeah, because I really don't think any of us should be up here during the day. That might be.
Yeah. Well, it'd be dusk till dawn.
Okay, how about this? Someone watches at night from the roof, and then during the day, you're just kind of walking the block.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
best.
fine.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. Is 2 days of gathering information good for you guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Good
Okay.
for me.
All right. Over the course of the next 2 days, you see the Shao woman that Solas got sketched leave the house a total of 3 times. Twice on the first day, once on the second day. In all 3 cases, she had a little boy with her. 8 or 10 years old, hard to tell exactly, but somewhere around there. And the first time they head to this open area in Showtown and do some purchasing of foodstuffs. getting rice, fresh foods that don't keep, that sort of thing, and then return. The second time they leave on the first day, they visit a couple of shops, including the shop again that was over here that did silk robes, and then return. And then on the second day, again, they head to the market stalls in Showtown and purchase more food. You do not see anyone leaving by the servants' entrance on those 2 days. So it's kind of hard to say with certainty, but it does seem like going to the food stalls to get food is kind of routine. Best as you can guess right now.
Mm-hmm.
During that
So
time,
we
is
can-
there anything specific that you would do other than just follow them?
I mean, I think somebody approaching her properly worded and, trying to discern if something is, if everything in the house is not so much okay, but see if she acts like the thing with Solas was a panic reaction.
Oh,
Do you want to do
'Cause
that
she
on the
might be-
third day?
on the third day, actually, that's something I thought about. You say she goes to the shop.
The first day she went to
What time, really, does she go shop?
well, so they visited the stalls. That was around 11 a.m. in the morning, and they finished up around 12. So they were gone about an hour. The second time, so the first day at 11 a.m. they leave, go to the stalls, mostly purchasing foods, and then return, hour give or take. Later in the afternoon, around 3 p.m., they leave again, go visit the shop that you had stopped at previously about with the silk robes, and that was a bit shorter, so maybe a half an hour. They stopped in one of the other shops around there as well, but it was just a general store type thing, and you're not really sure exactly what they purchased.
Was she still wearing the item that belongs to Solas' sister?
No,
You've already gotten that. You found that on the ground.
Ah, sorry.
Basically, Lafdul wants to. Hang on, let me just check. Carry on. I just need to check a spell.
Okay, and then on the second day, at 11 a.m. again, they visited the stalls and then returned. I would say that if you want to approach them, I would recommend wait for the third day, because these first 2 days are just gathering information and seeing what's going on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting
Oh, yeah.
patterns down, that sort of thing.
So, go ahead. Lafdul.
Well, it's only a minor thing. I would want to use Detect Charm on the third day when she goes out of the shop, because I don't have to cast it directly on her. I've just got to be aware of when she's leaving the shop, cast it, then just be nearby to know if she's under a charm effect or something. I'm just ruling out.
They do get a saving throw though, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the second day you want to do that.
Well, once this has become apparent that she seems to have a habit, then I could intercept that habit.
Well, I mean, you literally just said that as she's walking around. So on the first day you see that she leaves. Second day you have the spell prepared, and you just wait until a point when they're out and about.
Yeah. Lafdul, is that spell a spell that works on one particular person, or could
No,
you
I can
check
do
the
a
kid as well?
person. It takes me a minute. I can do this for about 7 different people for 7 minutes.
So you could
takes
check
about a
the
minute.
child that's with her as well.
Yeah.
Leva will also cast ESP on her to see whether she can catch any surface thought. And Leva will also cast Strength on, let's say, Braxon every day.
Okay.
Just so we don't forget.
Just with your spell, Lever, do you cast it directly on the person?
ESP, you mean?
Yes.
Let me have a quick look.
Because the reason why I'm able to use my detect shadow is I don't have to cast it on the person. I cast it somewhere subtly, then go out, find the person, then
Yeah,
I
but
can just scan them.
I'm invisible.
Again?
Yes, I'm invisible every day.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, hold on a second. No wild surges for the strength, invisibility each day.
Wild search, invisibility, turns out it's an action of Bral invisible.
Oh dear.
Let me see what my
Well-
target number is again.
It's an area of effect, and it's 5 yards per level, so it can be 90 yards maximum. So, which
Well-
here
You
it
just
is,
scan
45
anyone, then.
yards distance. I don't think she'll see me at 45 yards distance.
Yeah, because I've got like mind read as well while she's shopping. But
Oh yeah, that'd
Are
be
you
good.
casting that?
yeah, I don't have to cast it on the person.
Okay, first of all, detect charm. You did not detect a charm on either of them.
Alright, yeah.
I should see.
Because
her.
I'm just like gathering
Should be
information, because
visible.
that and mind read would be the two spells I would use. I mean, I've got detect magic, but I'll be pushing my luck if I cast 3 spells. Besides, I don't think I could get away. It would have to be on the next day. I'd have to do detect magic or something.
So,
Oh.
this is not like in character, but Lafdul or Leva or whoever else might be, and be willing to do sketchy stuff. When she's doing these errands, it might be a time where you could go in and poke around the place.
There's people in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
If only I might have ring of X-ray vision, I could scan from the roof.
Like, how many people are in there? Is it a lot of people?
Why'd you do that?
If you're invisible, could you sneak around?
You'd
Higgimus
still
can't
make
sneak,
noise.
but you're little, so you might be able to do it.
I don't like how you keep saying I'm little. I feel like you're belittling me.
You are little.
Braxon might be more little.
Old.
What about you put
Just a
Braxon
second.
into a barrel and deliver him to the building?
So does Leva notice anything from her ESP spell?
So Leva, when you cast your ESP spell,
It is an aggressive act, technically.
it's not.
dear.
It's not. You
Isn't
do
it?
not lose your invisibility. However,
Oh, you get hard. Notice.
there is a there are sudden shouts of alarm in this area, since this is where you're doing it, as every weapon that's within 60 feet of you at that time starts glowing.
Oh
Oh.
dear.
Oh, including her
Wild
weapons.
search.
I don't have weapons.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
It only lasts a
Leave you.
minute, but it definitely causes quite the stir. Shouts of alarm. Keep in mind that let's see. So that would be. So you're looking at. Actually, let me do it with Lafdul's token, since we can do it. We'll just say that it's about right there. 60 feet. So basically, you can see the yellow aura around his token, right?
No.
At 124.
No, I can't see that.
Lafdul's token, but I see no aura.
All right.
I see the
I can't
aura.
see the
You see the aura, but everyone else doesn't.
Yeah, so it's
that
probably just...
now you should be able
Yeah,
to see it.
now it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Basically, every weapon within that area starts glowing.
When you say weapon, do you mean what about improvised weapons?
Improvised weapons don't glow. Swords, knives, daggers, spears, all those things.
Had nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you're still
is
invisible.
anything you've got glowing?
You are still invisible. She does have some things that glow, but since she's invisible, it's
Mask.
the glow isn't invisible, but it doesn't really reveal her because it's in the middle of the day and everything like that. It's like a fairy fire effect.
But when she moves around, there's going to be an invisible glow moving.
It's also
There's
more
also a lot of panic and wondering about what's going on and stuff like that. So it only lasts a minute, so it's not
She could just duck and
too
weave.
bad. But yeah, that was a wild surge. You do not get any surface.
Just
thoughts.
imagine if you caused a pit to appear.
Yeah, the lady was probably thinking more, what the heck is everything glowing for?
I will say that you did not see anything glowing on either the woman or the kid.
Okay.
Right.
I don't
Something.
think she would have weapons necessarily.
Doesn't have to be weapons, just has to be magic.
Even a wild surge.
No, it's
is
the
could be
weapons.
useful.
Okay.
Oh, it just affects weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the magical item glow is something else. Is another one.
Yeah, this is literally every weapon. I mean, you can basically you would realize that it's not every magic weapon because the likelihood that all these people have magic weapons would be astronomical. So you know that it's not every magic. It's literally every weapon.
Just
Never feels
everybody
embarrassed.
everybody in town has a +1 weapon. Don't you know that?
The prince hands them out when you arrive.
Yeah, everybody gets a free +1 weapon.
All right, so unfortunately you're not able to get any surface thoughts because the spell wasn't successful.
We can try again tomorrow.
Did
Would I
on
get
the
anything?
second or third day, does one of you like the idea of trying to sneak into the place or not?
Old.
Yep.
Do I have access to spell a Blessed Watchfulness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I will cast that on the person who is taking the place out on night.
Okay.
What does that do?
It basically makes them feel more awake and also resist any sleep, charm, and such effects.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And it lasts 4 hours plus 1 hour per level.
It's normally what I cast myself.
Okay. So you get it for 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, aren't elves immune to sleep?
They're not immune to sleep. No, they're just resistant.
90% resist.
All right.
Plus
So
any spells bypass it.
And
So
it
you-
also gives saving throws against every spell or effect that could lower his guard.
Oh right, elves are immune to ghoul paralysis.
all right. So you've gotten the 2 days. What do you want to do on the third day?
No, I would have. I didn't get anything off Detect Check. Would I not get anything off Mind Read?
Oh, mind read. Sorry. Let me take a quick look at that spell.
It's got 5 yards. I can cast it at 30 yards. Casting time of 2.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, and the duration's only it's around the level. And it should last long enough.
Do you specifically target individuals, or does it like start reading minds all around you?
The surface thoughts of any creatures in range. It says creatures, not creature. So, I guess I could block out ones I don't want if I want to focus on something, because it says the priest is able to probe deeper into the mind of a single creature. So that would be what I'm doing.
Mind
the
read.
focused attempt. 20% chance of revealing the clarity class of the individual. Basically, if my mind read were to get anything, I'd be trying to look for like who's she buying stuff. Oh, he might like this, or so and so might. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
good for that for so and so because they like this, or you know.
On that line of thought, I should have been doing detective intent during these 2 days.
Yeah, but you
Okay.
gotta stand there and stare at someone.
Stare.
Yeah, but it's pretty easy to do that in the in a crowd. All right.
Yeah, I'll just keep my eyes on them.
So
I will stab this meat tonight.
so Lafdul, you cast that, and what you glean is from the woman. The general thoughts are what you would expect from someone browsing market stalls. Oh, this piece of fruit that she's actively holding doesn't look so good. I see a brown spot. Puts it down. Picks up another one. Oh, this one looks nice and ripe. Those kinds of thoughts as she's browsing the food stalls. However, there is an undercurrent of fear. Like you feel the emotional sense of just a constant low-level fear.
That does play into some of my theory. That she's... Whatever is going on, that she's... doesn't really want to be part of it.
Hmm.
Lafdul,
Oh. Yeah.
you could approach her disguised as a Shao.
That's true.
With mind read on active, I suppose I could.
That's true. And
Ma-
if you're reading her mind and you talk to her, you can see what she thinks as well as what she says.
Yeah, just, I don't know, try it. See if I can formulate how I want to say this. Like express express concern, or trying to think of how to express concern without giving too much away, or
How
a
do
good
you-
story of why she's, or a story of why you'd be approaching her.
How do you express concern? I don't know your human ways.
I mean, the problem with expressing concern is that she doesn't
I've got an idea.
outwardly look concerned. So, I mean,
Yeah.
like...
I could pull it off if I had another person like Leva. You've got access to outer self, don't you? Or change self, the illusion spell.
Yes.
Because if I were to just start a conversation with her, and you just happen to be nearby, I could also talk to you at the same time. So I would be talking to both you, that other person, and her. Just making general conversation while shopping, you know.
Just
Is that just talk about the disappearances, or you know, have you heard? While looking for whatever she's shopping for, I'll be buying. You know, looking like I'm buying groceries or whatever.
Yeah, you could.
You just make like general conversation. Oh, have you heard about the missing people? Is that another one's gone missing? I just make something up.
Yeah, like the missing women.
And then you
like,
can
do
carry
feel
on
safe?
that conversation towards me to make it look like.
And
Yeah, we can do that.
Sort
if
of,
that doesn't
And
pan
then
out,
it
we
would
could
put
just...
her involved in the conversation. She would also be thinking about it.
yeah, it's sort of the is it? Do you feel to either her or Lever, like do you feel safe going out by yourself with these women being abducted?
And if that doesn't work, we could just pull out all the stops and say, "Hey, so our friend saw you with this acorn."
Yeah,
I don't know about that. That's confronting.
Yeah.
That gives us away.
That's when everything else fails.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a chance that if She is a kidnapped victim from long ago. She could have Stockholm syndrome. She could
Wow.
want to still protect the master of the house, even if she is afraid. So we don't want to spook her and send her rabbiting back.
True. If we do eventually try to sneak into the house, Ockar will probably wait outside until he hears a commotion and then comes in.
But we probably
Oh.
might not tell Ockar we're sneaking in, since that might get him in trouble with his goddess.
Probably.
I think investigating kidnapped women is a more valid reason for observing a place. You might be able to look through windows from the roof and see what's in the rooms.
Yes, Lafdul.
Could my hat of disguise make someone look like a child? Or not necessarily a child, a teenager maybe?
As long
young-
as the height fits, yeah.
You know, like a 14-year-old maybe, 13, you know, because basically I could bring in, like, say, Braxon, for example.
It would be a lot easier for you to look like a child than it would be for Higgimus. Let me put it that way, because of the size limitation.
Let me explain this plan. So
Okay.
I go in with my outer self. I will also have mind read active. Leather goes in with her outer self or change self.
It helps that elves are really short.
Braxon will be wearing my hat of disguise. He will be my son or daughter, wherever he chooses. And basically, I start this conversation upon Leather and that showerwoman that happens to be nearby. And I will be expressing concern because I've got a child with me, which will be Braxon. So basically, she's going to be thinking about the child. So that'll bring up the surface for me to read.
Sounds good.
Braxon, how tall are you?
Braxton's fairly small.
No, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
So basically, you are saying that your.
Oh, you could do it
Sinrae is
as well,
a
Solas,
father-in-law.
because you've got. Do you have the spells?
I don't have those spells.
Could Leather not teach you the spells?
Braxton's 5'4".
I haven't had time to learn them.
Yeah.
Polymorph self anyway is level 4.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking of an easy spell. Whatever spell lasts the longest.
I mean,
Braxton's
Wouldn't it
5'4".
be easier if you made a woman out of Braxon and made Lever and we make Lever the child? Why are you laughing?
Or we could use one of the actual women to be a woman.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, we could do that.
I just thought, keep it. Wow.
So
I better warm
one
up my
issue
Monty Python
with
voice.
the hat of disguise is it does not change your voice.
You should.
Yeah.
You could use it on
So it
Sinrae.
would just have to be a teen. Well, it's easier for a woman to sound younger than it is for a man to sound younger.
Yes,
So
we could.
do it with
So the child would
Sinrae
have to be
line.
a woman.
We could dress up. We could have Sinrae wear the hat.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. Then Sinrae can wear the hat. She would have
Yeah.
to be the daughter or something.
Yeah, that would give even more reason to be concerned for a teenage daughter.
Yeah, but you be the daughter of whom? Because
You be
Lever
the
is still
daughter
an
of-
elf.
She'll be the daughter of Lafdul,
Yes.
We're,
daughter of
we're gonna make up a.
and Leva can be the wife.
She's
No, Lever's
my
just
God.
the one you mentioned.
she's been Braxton's wife now. She can be Lafdul's daughter.
What about the horse?
Okay.
You expect
Elves.
me to-
Elves have strange relationships.
All right, real fast. So
They're polyamorous.
He's having a nightmare now.
Sinrae is using the hat of disguise. Lafdul would be
I'm
using
using
your
my
own
alter self.
alter self, and Leva would also be using alter self or change self, one of the two.
Polymorph self.
What's the duration of polymorph?
2 turns a level.
Oh, that's ages, yeah.
Probably
Not
have
sure if polymorph
Wild
can
type.
just change you into a different looking person.
The wizard
You
is
change you
able
into
to
an
assume the
animal, so
form.
we kind of change you to a different looking person.
The wizard is able to assume the form of any creature save those that are non-corporeal, from as small as a wren to as large as a hippo. Furthermore, the wizard gains blah 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 blah, breathing as well, and no system shock roll is
So she could-
required.
Yeah. Okay. Well, technically you'd be changing into a shao, so yeah, that would be a different creature. Alright. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Is the shell? Yeah. Oh yeah, those is human. So
Yeah, they're human, so. Alright, okay, so polymorph self, and so this is going to be on the 3rd day.
I will have my mind read as well, and never. Have you been reading my notes saying I have my temporary healing potions?
Yeah, I don't care about your
'Cause
temporary healing potions. You keep track of
I'm
that.
only doing 2 a day.
As long as you
and the one
you
I
keep
have
track of that, I don't care.
Yeah. I don't want to pop up and just suddenly say
Paul
I've got
doesn't
so many
care.
temporary healing potions.
Yeah,
I will
no, I
try
mean,
and-
if you're noting it, I'm glancing at it and semi-processing it, and I will read it if it becomes relevant. All right.
ESP again.
And ESP.
Not to forget the strength on Braxon. Just to bump the possibility of a wild search. Ha! Lafdul, you could lose all your clothes.
Lafdul would just drink a potion of invisibility and run away.
What's the area of effective ESP?
Oops. Something yards, just a second. Wasn't it 45 yards I said before?
5 yards per level, 90 yards maximum. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so, and...
I've got them on myself, but there's the dates and durations. of the temporary.
Leva, the spell... You don't seem to be able to read thoughts as far away as you feel you should be able to.
Uh-huh.
How far away can she read them?
She got wild search.
It's hard to say. Just substantially shorter than she should.
-4,
Well, it does-
-5 maybe?
It shouldn't matter because I'll be bringing you into the conversation anyway. So
Right, which is why I'm just noting it.
Mhm.
I got one of those wild surges, which would be really
Yeah.
amazing if it wasn't ESP that you were casting it on.
Oh, she needs to summon a gate into.
You just want another closet, don't you?
No. It could be a Solas or something, you know.
And
Nice.
Braxon, you are at 1830 strength.
1830. Right,
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so Lafdul, Leva, and Sinrae, in your disguises.
I have my mind read as well.
Yep.
As soon as we see her, I assume someone would be on lookout. So like Ockar or Higgimus would be on lookout. We see the go sign, then we all go to somewhere and transform or something.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And you, all right, so she is
I also
browsing.
have a shopping basket.
Okay.
Just I'm just mixed up the part.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
nice of your husband that you do all the carrying.
Well, It would probably. What are we going
Well, he's
as
the man.
Are we going as a family? Because I was under the impression that Sinrae would be my daughter, but I thought I was going to intercept you as a stranger. You know, just making conversation, just talking to a couple of strangers. You and that shout person.
Okay, do you want?
As you
Is that
wish.
what you wanted to do?
That was my idea.
Okay, I
let's do that.
misunderstood. That's fine.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
All right, so
Yeah.
you basically converge from opposite directions, kind of thing.
Yeah, Sinrae will be with me as my child. I haven't thought of a name for ourselves. I don't know about you. I will make myself a human. Actually, no, you're an elf. It's gonna have to be an elf. No, I make myself. Well, actually, no, I'm staying as a male. So considering I can't change my voice, I'll just mutate myself to look like a generic elf.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're going as an elf, not a shao.
Yeah, well, because I can't pull her off as Sinrae as my daughter unless she's an adopted daughter.
Why not?
You
could.
How
be
did
married
disguise
to
can
it
make
anyway.
her look like a shao?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I forgot about Yeah,
So,
then
I'm
yeah,
not-
she'd be a Shao, and I guess I would be a Shao as well.
Sinrae can pass as many things, but a teenager at the moment without the hat is not one of them.
Actually, I mean, an elven woman would have a pretty
easier
easy
time than an
time
elf.
passing as a human teenage girl. I
Yeah.
mean, like, do you have the disguise proficiency?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
do.
with your
So,
disguise, a successful disguise proficiency, you could do it. But the hat is just easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
see
do
why
you,
Lafdul
do you
loves
want
his
her to
house
go
so much.
as a child or as a teenager?
No, teenage. Well, 12, 13.
Yeah, a young
As
teenager.
early as you can, teenager.
What's the age of the child that's with the woman
8 or 10.
when she goes shopping?
Much younger than I think the hat could make me.
Well, if you were
You could probably
close
get to around to about 10.
if you were close to that age, the child might talk to you.
Yeah, that
True.
also might be a possibility.
How tall is Sinrae?
5 foot.
So the hat could
25%
shrink you
of
down to 2.5 feet. I'm pretty sure 8 to 10-year-olds are taller than 2.5 feet.
Yes, they are.
So you could definitely go as around that age if you wanted. You could go as older if you want. That's fine.
Yeah, going close to the kid's age would probably be a good idea because
Yeah.
I could be trying to talk to the kid, and especially if we're being disguised as Shao, it could be.
You'd also
Oh, do you
have-
live? Do you live? You know, where do you live? You know, we could play
adopt
together.
the mentality of the age as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So no serious in-depth questions.
Well, no, it'd be like I live with my daddy. Who do you live with? Just your
Yeah,
mom?
yeah.
You know, that sort of.
Oh, it'd be nice for I need to give you a name, or you need to come
Laura
up with names.
or something?
Yeah, all right, Laura, and I'll. Well, no, these are shell names, aren't they?
True.
I was gonna say Laura's a very good Shao name.
I'm so tempted to call myself Wang, but that's terrible.
Keiko. Keiko would work for me. Or is that too Japanese?
No, Kiko would work. Akane and stuff
You can
like
go
that.
with
I know.
you can go with Japanese or Chinese or even Korean. It's fine. To a certain extent, usage of Shao is like a replacement of the usage of Asian. So.
Give me 1 second. Just looking at. My name would be Soon. Soun.
Okay.
And in your Keiko.
Keiko.
Keiko. All right.
And what about Leva? What name will you be going by if it comes up?
I'm looking for one. Can you propose something, Lafdul?
Kasumi.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Kasumi.
So I'll type them in on in case people want to know what the names are. They got Kasumi, Soon, and I don't know how you spell Keiko. K-A.
She put it in there, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, you typed in Discord, did you?
Yep. Keiko. Keiko.
I'm typing it in Bral 20. People want to see it now.
All right. So Leva approaches from one direction, and Lafdul and Sinrae approach from the other, while this young woman and her child are browsing for foodstuffs.
No, I'll start the conversation. I'll just start the conversation towards Keiko. I was like, "Oh, do you fancy some?" Said I point to a vegetable. I don't know, like a pineapple or something. Do you fancy that for?
Give me an intelligence check.
Ah, from me.
You.
Oh, dragon fruit then. Something more exotic, more Shao
Yep,
orientated.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh well, that clearly is not. I know what local foodstuffs are, surely.
Have you browsed the foodstuffs in Showtown before? I don't recall this coming up.
Probably not enough. I might know some stuff, but well, I just look at what's in front of me and I just say that.
So yeah, you start to like
I
you
haven't
point to
brought the
something
conversation
and
to
your
anyone else.
mind is definitely going towards saying the specific thing, and then you realize, crap, I don't know what that is. So you kind of cover it up and say that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, Sinrae can. Don't you mean? She could say something. Don't you mean this or that?
Yeah, do I have to roll an intelligence to be able to do that?
No,
I don't know. It
just
depends on
correct
what you're
me.
gonna.
How
She's-
you,
She'd
if
have-
I, if I've
She
just
would
made a
have to roll an
mistake, you-
intelligence check to see if she knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The specific food stuff.
Okay.
Oh, she knows.
Apparently,
more
she has dined on this cuisine on her travels.
She's a girl.
Dad,
She
you
goes
know
places.
exactly what it is.
Oh, sorry, dear.
And she names
Yeah,
what it
oh,
is.
bumpkin. I'll call you something affectionate. Keep
She's
it.
like, Dad, it's not funny when you pretend you don't know how to do the shopping.
Oh, I know. You know how it is. The wife's. Oh, I didn't say the wife. What would I say?
You could make it out like you're a single father.
Mum's not around. Oh, all right then. You know,
That's why you're terrible at this.
It's never been the same without my.
Without
Connie.
But you just say without your
Connie,
mother.
My wife. Yeah, mother. Your mother. Without mum being around, I guess. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. No.
So Leva's
Yeah,
already
so-
there, not interacting with you, but just kind of looking over the foodstuffs right now.
Yeah. So yeah, as I'm like picking through the various foodstuffs, trying to keep up with Shao woman, like just staying in the same area. So I'm just purchasing something, some food stuff. I'll come up with the costs afterwards.
And Keiko
Never
makes
looks at you and
faces for
thinks
every
she-
vegetable.
Yeah,
Never
it's,
look
I
at
don't
you
know.
and-
You just come up with something and say, "Oh, I don't like that," but you know you should eat that. It's good for you. All right. So and then and I point out to something that that Shao woman's buying. I was like, "Oh, that looks good." You don't have any recommendations for what that could be used for, do you? I'm looking to.
You're asking her, the woman.
Yeah, I'm asking that Shao one. I'm just bringing up small talk, I guess. You don't happen to know what that's useful for? I'm trying to expand my cuisine.
Keiko sort of rolls her eyes.
She
Dad's having to do all the cooking now.
It's been a bit hard.
She kind of looks up at you and says, "Oh, well, just the usual."
Yeah.
Keiko sort of says, "Dad would know what the usual is. Mom passed away, and now he's having to do all the cooking."
Eva,
Yeah.
as the cook, she would sort of turn around, look at not Lafdul, and say, "Well, you could try and make a stew out of it."
Well,
Give me a cooking proficiency check.
Well, all right. You've just yeah. I suppose you've come in and interrupted the
Keiko's
in the
the one
conversation.
that
No,
knows how to
that's
do
fine.
this stuff.
It does help to have a cook in the
Can't-
mix.
Dad, can't we just eat mooncakes
Okay,
all the time?
Leva interjects with a precise meal that could be made from the food that is being discussed.
Oh, that sounds excellent. You know, it's been really hard for me after my wife went missing recently. Oh, have you heard about the missing people?
The Shao woman says, "Yes, that meal. It's very very good. I highly
Is she
recommend it."
interrupting me?
Well, as soon as no, she's responding as soon
Oh,
as
right, yeah.
Leva mentions that.
All right, then. Then I would follow that conversation, saying that it's not been the same since my wife Akane disappeared.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, have you heard about the disappearances? I've also got mind read up, so I'm trying to get thoughts when she now has to think about it.
Can Lever read minds at all? Or did the wild search
No, yeah, you are.
take care of that?
Both of you are picking up the undercurrent of fear. The thoughts that you're picking up is that she wants to go. And she says to you, "Yes, it's very terrible." She looks to the shopkeeper and says, "That was 3 silver pieces, correct?" And he nods, and she pulls some coins out of her pouch and hands them. "Hey, it was very nice meeting you, but we really must be going." She takes the child's hand, the little boy's hand, starts making to leave.
While the adults were talking, Keiko looks at the little boy and is like, "My name's Keiko. What's your name?"
At that, he kind of hides behind his mother's skirts and tugs on well, not her skirt, her robe, and says, "Mom, can we go? I want to go now."
What does the kid think of?
You are getting from him distinct thoughts of get away.
Get away. That's a bit
Get away as
utterly terrified of something.
From a monster?
Yeah,
Get
No,
you're
from
not
strangers in
getting
general.
terror. You're not getting fear.
Not getting fear.
No.
Keiko sort of looks guilty and says, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like she doesn't know quite what she's done wrong, but
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting to move away now, so I'm giving you a moment, an opportunity to either try to continue the conversation or
really
Yeah.
do anything. So you're gonna let them go?
you
I seriously can't. I don't know
Detect
how
magic
to...
on him.
Yeah, no, you can't cast the spell mid-conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be pretty obvious.
Well,
you could see if she wants an escort home, since women have been going missing, and I'm not sure.
I can't think of anything, so I would
Yeah.
let her go. I honestly cannot.
Well,
We'd have to do this again when I...
I mean, you can use Sinrae's idea right there.
Saying about a toy.
No, she's like offering to escort her home because of the disappearances.
Oh,
Good idea.
do you need an escort store? I happen to be good with a short sword. I'm okay with a fight if need be. I mean, I wouldn't want anything to happen to my Keiko, especially after my Akani's disappeared.
Oh no, I'm fine. We don't live very far. Thank you. We really must be going. And with that, she's like straight arrow line back to back in the direction of the house.
You can ask to
Keiko's going
see
to
her
look,
again.
Keiko's
Yeah.
gonna look at the shopkeeper with like that puzzled little kid face and
Yeah,
why
that-
she's
that's
so,
what's
like
gonna-
sort of like why like look at the shopkeeper and be like, aren't they always like that? That's weird.
Yeah, no, that's something I was going to bring up as well. Yeah, is she always this nervous?
He says, well, I mean, I don't pay that much attention to the customers. I guess so.
I mean, it's
She hasn't
terrible
been
with the
shopping
disappearances and all
here
that.
all that long. A few weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I'm fairly new myself.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of you around. So, as she was leaving, you did get a further impression from her, as if she wanted to protect something.
Probably either her son or whoever's in charge of the house.
No, it's probably her
Do we-
son.
Hmm.
It's
Can we,
just a-
can we feel?
It was
can we-
the idea of protection
Could he tell if
was
it's more primal?
directly tied to getting away from you guys.
Could we tell if it's like...
No, I think I get.
The kid is the monster.
She wanted to protect us.
What if it, I just had a thought. What if it turns out her son's like that kid from the Twilight Zone? The one that sends people to the cornfield. Gotta keep smiling. Gotta keep smiling, or she'll send us to the cornfield.
Do we get anything from the sun at all, in addition to what we saw when he was with her?
Nothing really. You could tell, like, so I can't remember if ESP does this, but Mind Read tells you, like, gives you an impression of what people see of themselves. She saw in herself a woman, and he saw in himself a kid.
As far as I can read here, it's ESP only gives you the surface thoughts of one
Yeah,
creature.
Mind Read
around.
specifically does. So that's something that Lafdul got and Leva did not.
Yes, we gotta slowly. We gotta do some more investigating, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we've interrupted their shopping now, so unless they plan on going without food for a long period of time...
I mean, they'd purchased some things already by the time you met
Yeah.
up with them, so...
Hey, Leva, how much did you get a look at what she purchased? Because you're a cook, you would know how many ingredients she's missing.
Did I? Old?
Yeah, I mean... but
know
on
it,
the previous
Miles.
days, she visited multiple stalls and got ingredients from multiple stalls. And she'd already gotten some things from other stalls by the time you approached her. You didn't approach her at literally the very first stall, because it took you some time to get prepared and everything.
Okay. So did Leva...
But you do believe that she didn't get as much as she has in the past.
Was Leva able to see for how many people it would last for how long a
That
time?
would be impossible to say. I mean, it was all it was all fresh stuff, so the stuff that she was buying and that she purchased the last couple days is not the kind of thing that would last, but it's not unreasonable to assume that they have some stuff that lasts at the house, so...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, rice doesn't, I mean, you can get you can get flour, you can get rice, you can get stuff like that keeps for a fair amount of time, and it may not be the most flavorful meals, but you can definitely eat for a number of days on
But generally,
the
if you're
staples.
shopping for someone, it is... The said person's going to be a bit...
Again, like I said, you interrupted their purchasing, so...
Yeah.
She may not have been shopping for someone else. She may have been shopping for the household. In which case, yeah.
I'd almost say another night of watching both the front and back door and make our plan from there the next day.
Old.
Yep.
Have you seen anyone else come out of the house?
No.
And what about going in?
No.
So she and the kid are the only one who have come out and gone in.
Yeah.
Does the kid always
But you've
look
only
the same?
done 2 days, and this is now like 11:30 a.m. on the 3rd day, so...
As a thought, is the kid always the same?
Yeah. I mean, she has. I mean, like
If the kid was the
you
monster,
you
it
haven't
may
you
not
haven't
be
seen her bring out a different kid.
I think
If
it's
that's what you
more.
mean.
Does the kid always look exactly the same? Like, does he wearing the same exact clothes? Does
No, they were not wearing
Okay.
the exact same clothes every day. They were
Okay.
wearing different clothes every day.
probably barking up the wrong tree with the kid then, or we just need more information.
more
I
information.
mean,
we just
they
go
are
as a
wealthy
different
enough
kid
to
or
have
something.
more than one set of clothes.
What
Oh,
if we
it's-
go up as a bunch of kids, talking to their kid or something?
Yeah, but he only comes out when he's shopping with the woman.
Ord.
Yes.
Would Braxon know if it's normal to have certain things delivered on Bral?
Delivery is definitely a thing. You have not seen any deliveries made, however.
This is low
No,
city in
but
common.
we have the possible option to have someone pretend to be making a delivery to the wrong address while she's out shopping.
If she goes out shopping again tomorrow.
Yeah, but
You
just
could-
so that someone can knock on the door and say, "Is this whatever residence? I've got some
Have we
bread or
seen-
something."
Have we seen anybody else in the house or heard anybody else in the house besides these two people?
You haven't listened enough. The only time that you've heard anything from inside the house was when Lafdul stopped by, and the windows. The glass used in the windows is not the best. It's not, like super clear. That's fairly common.
Tinted.
It's not that it's tinted; it's that it's not modern grade.
It's slightly opaque or something.
And kind of distorting and stuff like that. And there are curtains. It's also the building has a mixture of Far Eastern, and Near Eastern styles in it. So the windows themselves are not, these big, wide open windows.
They're usually slightly. I don't think Asian coaches have many glass windows, do they? They
No.
usually have like slats.
Yeah.
Like wooden.
And also, there's a lot of wooden ornamentation on the windows. Like, you might be able to find one that's large enough to get into if you wanted to, but like, just as a hypothetical to sneak in. But most of them are not quite that scale, that size. So, you haven't seen anything? I mean, you've seen people, like the silhouettes of people walking around, but it's not enough to, like, tell who it was, whether there were, how many people are inside, that sort of thing. You can just tell that there are people inside at times.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I was wondering if
Is-
someone could knock on the door and
Yeah,
Maybe make
that's
a
definitely
delivery.
something you could try.
I'm actually tempted to break in from the roof somewhere with Kijiken because I can do it with a silent spell. They wouldn't hear us opening or getting into the building at the very least.
Do we want to do that in lieu of watching for another night, or
I would need. I would rather wait another night so I can get a couple of spells prepared for that.
yeah? And I would like to see if their behavior changes
So,
over the next night and day.
do you
Well, how
want to
about
do
the
this?
idea of-
Well, real fast. Do you want to do this at night, or do you want to do this when they're out? Is that? I wanna iron that out real fast.
That breaking in can only be done if Lever used invisibility on me and Kijiken.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could.
but we need at least one night in that case.
Yeah, and obviously it wouldn't be this night; it'd be the next night because I need to change my spells
Right.
as well.
But so, do you want to? Did you want to do it during the day when they're out, or?
Yeah,
at night?
it would make sense to do it when they've gone out.
Okay.
Yeah, assuming they go out the same time the next day.
And I would have to I would borrow your familiar, as in your familiar. I know would you speak with animals that day as well to communicate beforehand, like a plan for Tayan to like give me a signal, you know, we need to get out because Lever's nuts. They're heading back.
Yeah, I'd be amenable to that, as long as you don't throw him down the roof from the roof.
I unless Lafdul gets slain, I don't think Tayan will get slain. He'll do what he can to keep Tayan alive.
We will snuggle the
Because
tiny
otherwise,
creature.
I mean, it's in my benefit of keeping Tayan alive because he's my lifeline for knowing when to get out without causing a
Okay.
scene.
Okay, I'll stay outside and observe Tayan's feelings as you go in. Feelings and observations.
Well, you just communicate to him that, you know, they need to get
Yep.
out now. So a sense of fear, then I just see Ting, I don't know,
Yep.
tugging at my arm or something.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Okay, so you're gonna
Changing
get those spells. Leva's gonna get the spells. People are gonna keep an eye out for the rest of the day and the next night, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just changing up my spells because I don't assume anything's going to happen today.
Okay.
That's going to be the next day's durations on my temporary healing potions.
All right. The rest of the day and that night is uneventful. You don't see anyone coming or going. So you guys change up your spells.
I am going to.
Solas, do you have any spells that you think might be useful or that you want to cast or anything like that? If you're back.
Just a moment, I check if there is.
Okay.
Like aid and stuff, but I don't know.
Well, you'd probably want to look for go for something that's would have a bit of a duration.
Yeah.
Because if the pattern holds, then they'll be gone for about an hour.
I'm going to memorize a couple of telepathies as well. So that's something I can cast on Kijikin, and then we just talk completely silently.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That would be useful when if you have silence 15-foot radius on yourself.
Yeah. And camouflage, speak of animals, a couple of silence. Radius.
Okay, on this day, no strength spell on any. Sorry.
Yeah, well, they hopefully shouldn't need it.
Because I want to keep one invisibility for myself. That means 3 of. I need to memorize 3 of them.
All right, so you're getting 3 invisibilities memorized. All right.
Well, I could cast Blessed Watchfulness on the people going in because it basically makes it so that they are very hard to surprise.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that would help.
And also protects somewhat against anything that would cause them to lower their guard or abandon.
Wow.
So,
It means I
charm,
don't have to
beguiling,
memorize this
fear,
spell.
emotion, and similar mind-affecting spells.
I'm going to have Pass Without Trace, although that does leave a lingering. She's a spellcaster, isn't she? Yeah.
We assume she was the one that cast the spell.
The downside with Pass Without Trace is that you do leave a lingering magical trail.
Was Lafdul and Sinrae both going in?
Yes.
Okay, so I need two Blessed Watchfulness then. Memorized.
All right, so you're also going to be casting Pass Without Trace, Lafdul?
Yes. It lasts a turn and a level, so we're going to be in there for an hour, give or take, anyway.
Yeah. All right.
We're going to have so many spells, they're going to be leaving like this huge radiating magic if they use Detect Magic that day.
Well, I mean...
Don't give them a cause to use it.
Are you going to go in the front door or the back door?
Oh, no, we're
I think
breaking
you're going into a window.
Ah, right. Well, front or back window?
So that's something to discuss
Lev-
real fast.
If Higgimus lends a Sinrae his boots, I can reduce myself. Sinrae can carry me into a window while flying.
Just remember, you can't control those very well.
It shouldn't matter. You're going vertically straight up or straight in what simple direction.
You can't go vertically straight up.
All right, then.
They allow you to essentially fly like a bird.
I have
Go diagonally.
Lever has memorized one fly spell, so.
So hold on, real
How
fast.
about we just climb?
All right, so this
We can climb, but we're invisible. If one of us falls, it's going to be very apparent that someone's.
I mean, how high up is the first floor window?
We're doing like
these two buildings right here, the dark purple one and the orange one, the orange building in question, they're 4 stories. This pink one is 3 stories. The warehouse being repaired is 2 stories. It probably does not have a roof right now. Actually, no, you've been on this roof over here, so you can tell that it does not have a roof. And this orange building over here is 4 stories. So that can help you make some decisions on what you want to do.
Can you put a number marker on the house, like 1, 2, 3, 4 for like how many, or NA for the roof?
Yeah, hold on a second.
I guess the question is, do we want to try to go up into it the highest floor possible or the lowest floor
Generally.
possible?
No, probably like the one below the highest.
So
Because the
third
highest
floor.
ones usually seem to be like either it could either be storage or it could be like the sleeping quarters. Generally, you don't want to get out on the sleeping quarters.
Yeah.
So the one below it. Well,
All right, so
So
these
How
are
about the
these are
second
the
floor?
floors.
Go to the second floor.
Yeah, because you could either do from the 3rd floor of the other building and get into the window, or the 2nd floor of.
Hang on.
But keep
What
in mind
if-
that the warehouse does not have a roof.
Hang on.
Yeah,
What
so-
if we go from here? Hang on. No, from here. Climb up on there. Go from the 2nd floor, and we enter through the 2nd floor into there.
This doesn't have a roof, I don't think.
Doesn't it?
And there are people working on the building
Working.
during the day.
Yeah, I think our best bet is this building and into the 4th floor, or the 3rd floor, or climb down.
Yeah.
If we others would all like to be awake for that, Lever has invisibility 10-foot radius memorized, so we could just be invisible.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't last that long, does it?
Why don't you
I've
ask
got
me something I
camouflage.
know by heart?
That lasts a long.
Doesn't the 10-foot radius last a short time than personal invisibility?
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. If anyone leaves
You're
the 10-foot
special.
radius, then
Become visible.
they become visible.
How long's it last? Sorry.
It doesn't say, it says special. Duration special. Let's see.
It would be 24 hours.
Okay. If you leave the area, then you become visible, and if you re-enter the area, you do not become invisible again.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
So you need, but as long as nothing's, so as long as they don't get caught or make lots of noise or something, we should be able to just stand in a corner, all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would have to move as a group to like
You'd have to be coordinated.
yeah.
Shuffle, shuffle,
Yes.
shuffle.
Yes.
Or
You'd have
Higgimus
to-
could carry everyone.
Well, that's.
Don't have enough arms. Everyone could hold on to him.
Yeah,
but-
they
Right, but
just
the-
clipped to his back.
So
You
the
can get
problem
half the
is
party
that
on piggyback ride.
you're talking about doing this during the day. You've got a group of people with invisibility 10-foot radius. You all have to stay within that 10-foot radius in order to not become visible. Once someone becomes visible, they're visible, period. They cannot become invisible again, short of another spell. And that would be pretty difficult on relatively busy streets.
I
Yeah.
thought it was evening or night.
No,
No, we're
you're
going
talking
in.
about doing this during the day when they leave the
Yeah.
house.
And plus, you're
Okay,
supposed to
okay.
be keeping an eye on them for us to know when something goes awry. I don't think you need to be invisible.
Yeah, you're just listening for.
You're literally just there as eyes and ears for Tayan, for us. We're the ones getting the information. We're just literally going in and out, grab what information we can, and
That's the plan,
We-
right?
yeah.
You know how long plants survive.
Oh.
Well,
why you make
that's why
flexible
you're
plans.
monitoring. That's why you're monitoring Tayan.
And I will have. Oh, it probably helped to have find traps and detect magic, really.
So, if you want, I have invisibility 10-foot radius. If you don't, then I just make myself invisible.
Yeah, I think
It's okay
Lafdul
for me
has.
either way.
I think Lafdul has something he was going to cast.
Oh no! He
Right.
can.
No,
She can
no,
cast
I-
invisibility on me.
I'm
I
not
still.
talking about I'm not talking about you two. You two are covered, but I'm talking about the rest of the group.
I think the rest of the group
rest
was
of
just
the
going to be
group
doing
can,
what it's been doing.
Yeah, they can just walk around the streets.
I didn't understand a word of what you just said, Old.
I think the idea for the rest of the group was that they would just be continuing what they've been doing on their watches. They're you know,
Okay.
walking the block kind of thing.
Okay.
Just try to be really surreptitious. You know, just don't draw any attention to yourselves whatsoever.
Yeah, Higgimus, sneak.
Well, apart from Higgimus.
Higgimus,
I'll
why
hide
don't-
behind a bush.
Clandestine Higgimus.
Just do general food shopping.
you
In the
could hide
area.
behind Leva.
Oh my goodness.
Higgimus can go hang out with the beholder.
All right, so what spells were... Did you identify all the spells that you wanted to cast, Lafdul?
I have Pass Virtuous that's going to be cast ahead of time. I will cast telepathy, and then I will use. Hang on, let me check with a find trap because there's going to be quite a lot of spells, and I need to know if they conflict with each other.
Find
i.e.
traps
multiple
lasts 3
concentrations.
turns.
Yeah, does it require concentration?
No.
No. 3 turns.
I mean, it wouldn't require concentration to
Oh yeah.
operate. It may require concentration to... Like, you may have to stop and concentrate.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
got
I'd
to
have look
stop
at
and
it.
scan an area.
Okay.
No, these are spells that I cast because the silence is going to prevent me from casting any more spells. So.
Right.
Would you say that having multiple spells up are gonna? No, passive traces are passive, so that won't matter. Tap magic, find traps are the 2 spells that I want to actively cast that require any form of concentration.
Right, but they persist even when you're not
Yeah.
actively using the effects.
Alright, I'll just list those spells that I'm tap magic, find traps, telepathy, and silence, 15-foot radius. Obviously, silence being the last spell cast.
Okay.
And I will
Did you
use
want
knock on the
to-
door.
Did you want to cast silence before climbing or after you climb? I mean, you're going to be invisible when you climb. So you don't have to worry too much about people seeing you actually do that. But keep in mind that silence 15-foot radius on the ground might affect passerbys.
Yeah, no, I will cast silence 15-foot radius when I'm on the roof.
Okay.
And actually, I'll cast the majority of the spells on the roof.
Okay.
I have cast Blessed Watchfulness on them a couple hours before they go in because it lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Right. And then invisibility, let me roll for level variation.
I will lend
There's also
you
a question.
my hat, Kijikin, because I can make myself look like someone else, and if need be. Actually, we're invisible, it won't matter.
Yeah, but I do have a disguise kit, so
Well, you can't disguise yourself in a...
true.
Well, before we're invisible, we could use disguise to make ourselves not look like ourselves to the best of our ability.
Yeah, just in case.
General, because we're...
Would it help to cast Wizard Eye?
You could do, but you need someone to be like in a master instance.
You could use that
Or no.
to further monitor. Like, essentially, it would be a second scout in the air above. Like, as you're walking the block, the wizard eye is going in a different direction or something like that. So, yeah, you could cast that.
It doesn't last for very long. It's just 1 round per level.
Generally speaking, I'm going pretty light equipment-wise. I'm going my... Actually, I'm not even going to have my dark suit. I'm just going to have, like, civilian clothing to, like, blend in if my invisibility breaks for whatever reason.
Yeah, because
The idea is to hide amongst the crowds.
Right.
Yeah.
Sinrae, you want to disguise yourself first?
Yes.
Okay. What's your disguise proficiency score? I roll because you don't actually know whether you're successful or
15.
not. 15.
Mhm.
If Wizard Eye doesn't cost you a lot of money, Lever, then it could give you extra information.
Mine's 15 as well. 15 minus 1.
You're
Same.
disguising yourself. Lafdul?
As a civilian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just not as a Lafdul, if someone were to recognize a Lafdul.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So Leva succeeds in casting invisibility on both of you,
And
and
herself? And
you're casting it
herself?
on yourself.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
actually,
works on
does
yourself.
Pass without trace. Does that affect the group? No, I think I'll cast it on both people. Hang on.
What?
I'm just checking the spell.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to memorize 2 pass without traces. Go cast one on myself and one on her.
Okay.
That means I'm not going to take any healing spells. I got potions anyway. I will also hand Sinrae a couple of temporary healing potions. I doubt we'll need them, but they got 6 out of 7 days on them.
Okay.
Actually, no, these would be 5 out of 7 days. They've all gone. No, it is right. Sorry for.
It's fine. All right. So, so you've got all those spells cast, and you're ready to make the climb.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have 2 passes without traces because they last an hour. Well, it's an hour, so I'm still 6 level.
Okay. So, you are able to deftly climb up the side of the building. What are your move silently scores?
Mine
50.
is move silently. Without my armor.
Ord?
Yep.
Do you want to know where the rest of us are, just in case something goes wrong?
I was assuming that you guys were walking the block.
Right, okay, fair enough.
He's walking, keeping an eye on her, but keeping a respectful distance. Because
Yeah, it might be worth
level,
one of
that's mainly got to keep an eye on her.
Do you want to have someone follow the Shao woman?
Oh no, just keep Lever following the Shao woman, no one else.
Okay.
The rest keep an eye on the block or something.
Okay.
Because it's just you. The more people that watch her, the more attention is drawn to her. The more
Yeah.
she might notice. So the less people.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
What's the mental range of you keeping in contact with Tan? Is that a mile, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mile.
Yeah, it's ages. 45 is my score.
Okay.
I don't think you get a bonus for not wearing armor, do you?
Probably not for not wearing armor. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I think you just don't get a penalty.
Right.
Yeah, 45 on.
All right.
Yeah,
So when we come back from our break, we will have.
They've made a lot of noise climbing up.
Yeah. Well, you don't really know.
At least
But
we're invisible.
you guys, yeah, you are invisible and you're on the roof. You've cast the silence 15-foot radius, so Sinrae will need to stay close.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hang on, I would have cast telepathy on there first.
I kind of assumed that you'd cast it on the ground, but
And find
either way,
traps.
it's fine. All right. So when we come back from our break, we'll see what our little thieves find inside the manor. So we'll be back.
Not a
We'll be
thief.
back in about 10 minutes.
you are.
Thiefy types.
You are
whatever. We'll be back shortly, everyone.